Where your husband lives and work, that is where you should live. You see, this business of husband is in Nairobi looking for what you can eat. And the wife is told, you go stay at home, take care of the cows and the chicken. You are perfectly happy next to your husband where he stays. And I tell God, some of these things, I ought to have known them before he got married. It calls for some sacrifice. That as we pick on jobs, the question is not how much money do we want to make. The question is, will it have us go separate ways? That is the question we ask. If I pick this job, will it keep me together with my family? Or we will go separate ways? Because then, why is it a family? If everyone stays in their own town and does things, and we meet occasionally, what is the essence of family? It's not a family. It's a merry-go-round club. So even when you want to go to the US, you found a good job, the question you ask, am I allowed to go with my family? When you find scholarship for your PhD in the US, the question you ask, am I allowed to go with my family? If the answer is no, you sacrifice that opportunity just for family. Atukumaliza, tulikuwa wapi? Eve had been perfectly happy by her husband's side. There's no other side where you can find perfect happiness. In her Eden home. But like restless modern Eves, very restless, she was flattered with the hope of entering a higher sphere than that which God had assigned her. That is what we are all chasing. That there is something bigger and better out there. We will make more money. Our children will go to good schools. We will have our house in wherever. We will own a home. It's the power of dual income. And friends, I don't want to lie to you. We have attempted and we have risen to spheres higher than what was ordained for us, and we have fallen far below what God had ordained for us. We have lost our spouses, we have lost our children. But we have PhDs, we have big titles, and we have a bank account. Is it a lie? Is it? Or I'm making you sad? Do I care? I loved our society back then. Sons were required to come back home and build their homes there. Today, Mommy, I've bought my 10-acre in Uasin Gishu. I've settled there. Boy 2 says, I've bought my 6 acres in Narok. I have settled there. Boy 3 says, I've bought 20 acres in Naivasha. I've settled there. And they're not interested in what you call inheritance that you've been struggling to build. They are called monuments of unbelief. Beyond this home, we are chasing the higher home in heaven. I always joke and tell people, this dream house of mine, I don't mind where I stay today, how big the house is. My dream house is still in my head here. And I think it will crystallize and even become much better when Christ comes. I will build it in the new earth. Why? I am sure I will be in the new earth. When you're not sure you will be in the new earth, you have to live good down here. Good. Live good. So all of us are chasing money out here at the expense of our children. I think we will look at one topic that has to do with the education of our children. And at times I look at how here in Nairobi, a 4-year-old has to wake up at 4 for the school bus to pick her at 4:30. Take a tour of Nairobi to get to school by 8. And then take another 2 in the evening. They left school at 4. Because she is the first one to be picked, she'll be the last one to be dropped at 9 p.m. 4-year-old. 4. Because mommy works with the UN, daddy works with Kiango. And all these duties, this 4 a.m. thing, business, is run by the house girl. They are willing to pay the house girl any amount she asks for because she's doing them a favor. We are raising godly children. And these are the children that should be getting married a few years to come. Useless people venturing into a holy place that they don't even understand. These children are supposed to raise children. These children, the way they were raised. These ones. They're supposed to raise other children. Look at how we are getting rotten and rotten as years go by. If we want rest for our souls, we must ask for the old paths where the good way is and walk in it. Walk in it. 1. Eve had been perfectly happy. Not happy. No, not happy. But what? Perfectly happy. So it means we can have perfect happiness in this world. Eve had been perfectly happy by her husband's side in her Eden home. Told you is a week for finding the old parts where the good way is. She had been perfectly happy. By whose side? Her husband's side. Where? In Kisumu? In Kericho? In their Eden what? Home. I learned something from there. Where your husband lives and work, that is where you should live. You see, this business of husband is in Nairobi looking for what you can eat. And the wife is told, you go stay at home, take care of the cows and the chicken. You are perfectly happy next to your husband where he stays.